What up, guys? Got some more TCG for you here. Yeah, so this is a Darkrai versus basically, I would say Darkrai Mewtwo is the basic setup. It seems more than anything, it seems like a Mewtwo deck. But he's also running Pidgeot and Aerodactyl, which is really weird. So I'm not exactly sure what to call it. I'm assuming he was just testing the effectiveness of Aerodactyl on Darkrai decks. But I start lone Darkrai, he starts lone Mewtwo. He's not able to get a DCE out or anything like that. I'm going to play my Sky Arrow Bridge, random receiver, and hopefully get a Juniper. That's what I'm hoping for. And we'll see what happens. I have to draw a lot of stuff here to get a supporter. But I think I finally do draw one here in a second. What is it? Yeah, it's the Juniper. And I really want that, obviously, because I've got two regular Dark Energies in my hand that I can go ahead and get in that discard pile ready for Dark Patch. I've got a special Dark that I'm just going to attach right before I Juniper. I almost Junipered that away. That would have been bad. So I'm going to attach the special Dark, and then I'm just going to go ahead and Juniper. And what this is going to do is it's going to allow me to, once I get some Dark Patches, essentially what I would like to do is retreat to Smeargle, which is what I think I'm going to do now. Yep. I don't think I drew into any Dark Patches this turn, which is kind of unfortunate. I run 4 of them and I wasn't able to get anything. I'm going to random receiver again just to see if I can't draw into another supporter to use next turn, hopefully like a Pont or another Juniper. There's an N, which is not a bad supporter to draw into. I think I would have rathered the Pont or the Juniper, but, you know, it's whatever. So, I Portrait just to see what he's got. He does have a Juniper, so I guess I'm just going to go ahead and use that. Unfortunately, I lose my N off of that, but it's okay because I'm going to get more stuff. Playing a Eviolite down. I almost play the Eviolite on the Terrakion this turn, but I decided not to, just in case I end up getting out another Darkrai. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so I'm just going to Dark Patch for that Dark Energy. I'm thinking about Ultra Balling, but I think I refrain from doing that this turn because I feel like I don't need anything yet. I want to wait until I figure out exactly what I need. And, yeah, I just feel like it's not necessary yet, and I might want that Dark Energy that's in the discard right now. And he's going to play a Pont after he's attached another Dark to Mewtwo, so he's ready to X-Ball. And then he's going to play Twist Mountain, which gets rid of my only Sky Arrow Bridge in my deck, which really sucks. So, yeah. And basically what that's going to do is it's going to allow him to flip to get Aerodactyls into play. But right here at the beginning of the game, he flips a lot of Tails. And we actually played a game before this that he scooped and just asked for a rematch, like 5 turns in. I think I had a turn 2 Darkrai. No, actually I think it was a turn 1 Darkrai, but it wasn't an active. And then by like turn 3 or 4, I had another fully set up Darkrai. I was just slaughtering him, so he wasn't going to be able to do anything, so we decided to rematch. He catchered and did, 40 to Terrakion. And now I'm going to play that Dark, and then I'm going to play an Eviolite on Terrakion just because I know he can take another hit. So I'm going to let him take that hit, and I'm just going to pass and see what he's going to do. He's going to try and Crushing Hammer. I think he misses this one. Excuse me while I move. This may mess up the mic a little bit. Okay, but anyway, he misses that Crushing Hammer, I think, which is good for me. Obviously not too awesome for him. He flips a lot of Tails. He flipped Tails for Twist Mountain, all that kind of stuff. He's going to go ahead and Pont. Excuse me. Try and get some stuff out on the field. He plays a Level Ball, which is going to allow him to get something that you were not prepared for. That's right, a Pidgey. So he's going to play out that Pidgey, and I think he actually has another... oh, no, he doesn't. He's just going to do damage to Terrakion. Alright, so what I think I'm going to do this turn, I drew a Loss Remover. I'm going to attach that Dark to Terrakion and retreat, and then do 100 to Mewtwo and 30 to Pidgey. And I don't think there's anything else in my hand that I really want to use. I see a catcher, stuff like that. I could catcher out the Pidgey But I really need to try and get rid of this Mewtwo because it's the only thing that's going to hold me back, really, from taking care of his team. I thought about sniping on the Darkrai, but since he has no setup on it whatsoever right now, I don't see it as too much of a threat. It's going to take him a few turns to get it ready. So I'm going to try and get the cheap shot on that Pidgey. But let's see what he ends up doing. I think he tries to do Twist Mountain, but it doesn't work. He's going to evolve to, I guess that's Pidgeotto, and then Junk Arm out, 2 Aerodactyls, and what's he going to get? Probably a hammer. I think he maybe hits that hammer. Let's see. He does hit the hammer. So I lose my I lose one of my darkness energies, and then he's going to play a Juniper, and I think he's going to play some more hammers this time. Oh, that's a Lost Remover, so he's going to get rid of my special dark, so it's like, well, crap, now I can't attack even if I wanted to. Unless I can retreat and somehow get my hands on some dark patches. So, he's going to go ahead and do 40. After a Violite and Resistance, it only does 40 damage, which is good. Obviously, Darkrai is one of the better things to take on Mewtwo. So, I do draw into a Special Dark. I'm going to go ahead and retreat out into Smeargle, I think, and just Portrait to see if he has any supporters for me. I thought about, I'm going to catch her out the Darkrai just in case he gets like just in case I land like a Juniper or something. I don't want to waste that, and if I can somehow manage to attack this turn by some grace of God or something, then that would be amazing. But I don't know, it just depends on what he has in his hand. So I'm going to go ahead and Portrait, see what he's got. I see a DCE there, which I'm not happy to see, and more importantly, I don't see any supporters. I'm going to go ahead and just Ultra Ball out and try and get a Smeargle, I think. I mean, not Smeargle, Sableye. Because I need some of those trainers back. I think I'm particularly going to want the Patch and a Random Receiver to try and get into some supporters, finally get some draw support going. He's going to play a Dark Energy on his Darkrai, and then he's going to Hammer. And I think he does hit that one. Yeah, he does. He's just wiping all my energy off the board, which really sucks. But that's the beauty of running those hammers, is when you're hitting heads, they work really well. Very good disruptive tool. He's going to go ahead and retreat out and back into his Mewtwo. But since he played an energy this turn, he's not going to be able to knock out Smeargle this turn, which is great. So I'm going to be able to live to Portrait next turn, although I'm pretty sure he doesn't have anything for me, so I think I'm just going to Portrait just to see if he's got anything. I already know that he doesn't because I knew what he played last turn, so yeah, the DCE and another Pidgey are still there, or maybe that's a Pidgeot, I can't really see, but so yeah, at this point, kind of in a bit of a pickle. I'm going to need some serious draw support here. I need an energy to put on that Sableye, so things are getting a little heated. But what I think is going to happen is, well, first of all, he's going to Super Rod to get those Aerodactyls back in his deck. But I think he's going to kill my Smeargle, and I think I'm going to promote Terrakion. If I'm not mistaken, that's what I end up doing. Just because if he's going to knock something out, I'd rather it be that than my EX. So he is going to knock out my Smeargle. I think I'm going to promote my Terrakion. Yeah, I kind of hope for the best off this draw, and I draw into a Dark Energy, which is great. So I can put that on Sableye, retreat out, and Junk Hunt for a Random Receiver, and I think a Dark Patch is what I'm going to go for. So we're going to hunt, we're going to get, there's the Dark Patch, and I'm going to grab a Random Receiver also, which is great because next turn I should be able to draw into Supporter finally, and hopefully get some Dark Energy on that Darkrai, and maybe off the Supporter get another Dark Patch, and possibly be able to attack. So that's great. But unfortunately, for whatever reason, I thought that Sableye had a resistance to Psychic. I just kind of assumed he would, but he doesn't. I think that's possibly an oversight in making that card, but it's whatever. So he level balls, I guess, he level balls for an Aerodactyl. He's going to Twist Mountain to see if he can get it, but I think he's going to flip a Tails on this one. Yep. The Aerodactyl, I mean, I guess if you're running DCE, it's a quick way to get damage on Darkrai's. But I mean, other than that, I feel like there's no reason to run it over Terrakion. I feel like Terrakion's just the better attacker in general. And it doesn't require anything special to get it out. So, I feel like Terrakion is still the better call for dealing with Darkrai's. I think we all knew that, though. So he's going to knock out the Sableye. I'm going to promote my Darkrai. And this was a mistake because I meant to, I should have promoted my Terrakion. And there I realized, oh crap, I did this wrong. So I'm going to take back my Dark Patch, retreat really quickly, and just Dark Patch on a Dark. He was gracious enough to let me go ahead and do that. Well, I mean, I guess since I didn't actually use the item yet, it doesn't matter. And I wasn't able to use it anyway, so. Alright, so I Dark Patch on that Dark. And I'm going to... I thought about random receivering, but I'm just going to end because I was hoping it might just disrupt him a little bit, A, and B, it's going to give me 6 cards and him only 4. So all it's going to do is replace his hand with 4 other cards. Hopefully it's going to be 4 bad cards. That's what we're praying for here. I do draw into a Dark, so I can put that on Darkrai. Or actually, oh no, I know what I do. I put a Prism on Terrakion, and I'm able to knock out his Darkrai, which is great. Get that thing out of the way, get 2 quick prizes, and I'm going to Junk Arm for a Dark Patch, so I can still get that Dark out this turn. And voila! So now I've got to set up Darkrai for when he kills my Terrakion, and I'm about to take 2 prizes off his Darkrai. So that turn worked out really well for me, even after I made a mistake. So yeah, that was good. And I draw into another Dark Patch and a Juniper, which is, I mean, what I need. Here he wants an energy. That's what he really needs, so that he can make my, well, first of all, I think he's going to flip a heads on his Crushing Hammer and get rid of one of my Darks, but it's okay because I have that patch. But Pidgeot's first attack, it only does 20 damage, but it makes all the defending Pokemon's attacks cost 2 more energy next turn. So that can obviously be seriously crippling because a lot of the time you can't really get that energy out. With Darkrai decks, it's actually possible because of Junk Arms and patches and such, but still kind of difficult. So I promote the Sableye. Why did I promote the Sableye? Oh, because I can just Juniper into an energy, hopefully. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Juniper, I am going to end up losing that catcher, unfortunately, but I don't really need it because I need to kill this. What I need to do is kill the Mewtwo, which I can do with my Darkrai. I do draw into a Dark, so I'm going to retreat, put out Darkrai, and kill his Mewtwo, which is going to leave his bench basically useless. He does have that Pidgeot that almost has the 2 energy, which could possibly give me some serious trouble. But I mean, we'll just have to see if that happens. It's just not that good of a card. It's really not. It doesn't have a high enough HP. It's pretty gimmicky, and I don't know. People can still break through that, you know. So I don't see Pidgeot being too effective of a card. He does draw, and unfortunately, no darkness energy or anything for him. But he is going to rare candy into another Pidgeot, which he might be able to retreat out into. He flips heads on his Twist Mountain after he level balled out a Aerodactyl, so he's got that on the bench. But I don't know how much that's going to be able to help him. He's going to retreat into his other Pidgeot. I think. Oh no, he retreats into a Pidgey. Not really sure why he did that instead of his Pidgeot. Getting pretty close to decking out here, but I think I've pretty much got the game in the bag at this point. I think about Paunting, but I don't need to yet. I don't want to waste anything. So I'm just going to catch her out the Pidgeot with damage and kill it. because this is the only thing that's going to be able to attack next turn unless he draws a DCE, in which case he might be able to get the other Pidgeot going. But I'm going to go ahead and knock that out and put 30 on the Pidgey. And then basically all I would have to do is I just need to attack next turn to knock out the Pidgey unless he evolves. And he is going to Juniper, and the Pidgey and evolves into Pidgeot, which means I wouldn't be able to knock it out. And he's also going to Lost Remover, which is going to get rid of my Special Dark, but he's not going to be able to attack this turn. I think he's just going to pass right here. Yep. Or no, he's not. He Twist Mountain and he got it, so he's going to... Now he's going to Junk Arm. It looks like he runs a lot of Twist Mountain, probably because he doesn't want people to have those Sky Arrow bridges and stuff like that. And I don't know what he got from his Junk Arm, but obviously he couldn't do much with it. I attach a Special Dark to my active Darkrai. I'm going to Pawnt, hoping for a Junk Arm for a catcher. And let's see what happens. I do get the Junk Arm. I'm going to go ahead and Junk Arm, grab my catcher, and that is GG. So that was a really good game, man. Pretty close for such a gimmicky deck that he was running. I had a couple turns where I mean, those Crushing Hammers is really what held me back this game. But otherwise, it was a really good game. I guess it was 3-0 for the prizes and whatnot. So, yeah, really good game. I'll see you guys next time. Peace!